This program is brought to you by generous donations from the community and sponsored by Stifel Financial.
Good evening. I am Candace, your host for tonight's edition of Nevada County Now. This week, the Nevada County Board of Supervisors approved an ordinance 4-1 allowing tiny homes on wheels to be used as permanent residences. The goal is to provide a lower cost housing option for residents to address their higher housing demands in the city. Tiny homes on wheels do have specific specifications. They can be no larger than 400 square feet and must include a kitchen, bathroom, and sleeping area. The ordinance includes detailed provisions to ensure compliance with zoning laws, health, and safety regulations. The ordinance is designed to add single-family dwellings and second units. These can also provide housing clusters. Proponents of the ordinance emphasize the need to alleviate the housing shortage and provide affordable options. Tiny homes are a step in that direction. There were concerns. Despite strong support, some attendees expressed reservations about the proposal. Fire safety and creating congestion for evacuation routes was a major concern. Infrastructure strain was also a point of contention. Proponents also voiced concerns about neighborhood aesthetics, fearing that the proliferation of tiny homes might alter the character of the existing communities. To address these concerns, the ordinance includes health and safety requirements. Homes must adhere to recognized building certifications, connect to utilities such as water and septic systems, and comply with the density regulations. These measures will balance innovation with safety and sustainability. The newly adopted ordinance prohibits the use of RVs as permanent housing. RVs are designed for temporary use and built to different standards, making them unsuitable for long-term occupancy. This distinction ensures that all the housing options adhere to the safety and durability requirements necessary for permanent living. To learn more about these ordinances, please visit the County of Nevada website at nevadacounty.gov. Don't go away. We will be taking a short break and be right back.
The vast majority of these are placed out in the field, but about 40% are placed at local trailer parks. You know, when I sit down and I look at some of the recommendations with the modular homes that they're talking about something that's going to cost $3,000 just to place, let alone anything else. I want Nevada County to become a leader in this and not be a follower.
Years ago, we legalized K-housing. Recently, we regulated marijuana. We're at another inflection point. We can do this once more with just not tiny homes, but all homes on wheels. This ordinance will not be a perfect solution. If the county throws its efforts into creating a well-thought-out ordinance detailing infrastructure, health, and environmental concerns along with public safety, this ordinance would greatly improve family stability, relieve crowded shelters, dramatically reduce homeless camps, increase community health and fire safety.
Unfortunately, Nevada County would not allow for me to live in a 44-foot trailer that I'd been in since 2020. As trailers do not gain value with time, I had no option but to sell it. Since it was so big, it took many months to sell. I had to pay storage fees, insurance, and registration during this time that I could not live in it. With the growing housing crisis, it's a shame that I was forced to sell a home that I could have lived in for many years.
So we would like to open a board order to bring it back after a year, and also to bring back to the, I don't know if this needs to be a board order, to bring back to the ad hoc the idea of allowing short-term rentals for these units. Okay, based on, in a year,
Okay.
yes. So based on that, I am looking for a motion and a second to adopt this ordinance as written.
So moved.
Second.
Moved in second. Can we have a roll call, please, Madam Clerk?
District 5,
Yes.
District 2,
No.
District 4,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 1.
Yes. Okay, it has been passed. Thank you.
Thank you to Stifel Financial, proudly helping individuals pursue financial goals, businesses and organizations raise and protect capital, and communities offer a higher quality of life. To learn more, visit www.stifel.com.
At this week's Nevada City City Council meeting, the pilot implementation of a Bio-Char kiln in the co-housing property at the top of Broad Street will proceed. Public comment urging council not to allow burning of any kind in the city, citing unnecessary risk, was made, and council member Fernandez was concerned about those tending to the burn may not be necessarily adequately trained. However, several council members had visited the property and concluded that because of the sheer amount of fuel, the biochar method of reducing vegetation was the best option. Our community risk reduction officer reported that the operation posted little danger and that the methods of removal and also fire sparking dangers. He assured council that the burns would only occur on permissible burn days, minimizing risk. Council approved the pilot 5-0. The City of Nevada City, in partnership with the Public Arts Commission, is inviting the public to the first official exhibit in the City Hall. The Champ Gallery is new public art space within the entry hall of the City Hall. The inaugural theme matches the City Council's adopted vibrancy initiative, Year of the Neighborhood, which encourages local artists to explore community, connection, and resilience themes. The Public Arts Commission and City Council will host a grand opening social gathering from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. on Wednesday, January 22nd. They encourage the public to come view the artwork, meet the artists, and get to know their neighbors, while celebrating with the new gallery and work of amazing local artists. The Year of the Neighborhood exhibit will run from early January through May 1st, showcasing works that celebrate Nevada City's vibrant neighborhoods. The Champ Gallery is part of a border public art initiative established in 2023 under Nevada City's Strategic Plan for Vibrancy. The City Council created the Nevada City Public Arts Commission, which meets in the first Wednesday of every month to expand access to art in all forms throughout the city. In addition, the Public Arts Commission, PAC, yes, a different commission, meets on the first Monday each month at 5:30 p.m. at City Hall. All are welcome. Don't go away, we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Erin Tarr, Executive Director of the Bear Yuba Land Trust. We're a local nonprofit that's been around for 33 years. We've protected over 25,000 acres of land, built over 50 miles of trail, and are always looking for new ways to connect the community with nature.
I'm Sean Clark, and I work on our lands and trails at Bear Yuba Land Trust. We'd love to have you become part of the Land Trust family. You can head on over to bylt.org to become a member, make a donation, or sign up for a volunteer work party, and come help us steward the land.
33 7th and 8th grade students went from 11 local schools competed in the countrywide writing tournament held on Stone Hall at the Miners Foundry on January 8th. The students were judged on 3 styles of writing: informative writing, creative writing, and persuasive letter writing. For the persuasive letter, students were asked to write a letter to their principal about whether or not parents should bribe their kids for good grades. Tournament coordinator Shannon said she was surprised by the persuasive letter responses. While a few students argued for bribing kids to get good grades, saying it added an extra initiative that helped students motivate to work harder. An overwhelming majority of them wrote that assisted bribing students for good grades. Sorry, that they were against bribing students for good grades. We want to say congratulations to all participants, that a huge thank you to all the teachers and parents for encouraging our young people to write. Here to tell us all about this and her program, her experiences as the coordinator.
I'm Shannon Rashby. Thank you for having me here. I work for the superintendent of schools, and we organize quite a few tournaments in the area for local schools where all of the schools can come together to compete in various areas. So the one that we just had last week was the writing tournament, and it's super fun. 2 kids from each school, 7th and 8th grade, get to come, and they sit in the very fancy Miners Foundry, and they literally write all day. So you can imagine these are very special kids that are willing to do this and just really love writing. So as you said, there's 3 categories. And the first is informative. So this year we had a guest speaker come from Stanford Youth Solutions, and he taught the kids, he's a social worker that works in the foster care system. So he taught the kids all about the foster care system, and they listened to this pretty intelligent presentation for about 30 minutes, and then they were given 10 minutes to ask questions, and then they had 40 minutes to write an essay about the foster care system.
Wow.
So then they take a little break, and they come back and they have to write a letter. So in advance, they've practiced writing a proper formal letter format, which a lot of us don't know how to do anymore. We just get the Google Doc. And so this year they had to write a letter to their principal, either for or against bribing students to get good grades. That's where I was saying, I was so surprised. I thought all the students would want to get money for their grades, but most of them, or many of them, argued against that and thought that it's not good for developing internal motivation, and maybe it puts too much pressure on the kids. So it's always interesting to hear what they have to say.
Now, I wanted to ask you a question about that. Because they're so against bribery, they were more excited about their own scores, their own progress. It sounds like they were concerned about developing their own internal motivation, and that when they enter life, nobody's going to be offering them bribes to do the right thing, and so that was what a lot of them had to say. So it was interesting. Great.
Anyway, after that, they take another little break and come back for the creative writing, which is, I think, most students' favorite part. It's my favorite part, where they're given a prompt and they get to write a story. So this year, the prompt was, wait, say that again?
Oh, cute.
Yeah, so they get to start with a little dialogue, and those went all different directions. We had some fantasy, we had some realistic fiction, we had some people saving the world, or just having a regular school day.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's very fun.
How long does that last for them, this competition?
It's just one day.
Oh,
so
wow.
They're there all day. They get a free lunch afterwards while the judges finish judging, and then in the afternoon the parents can come back and we do a little award ceremony, and they get ribbons and trophies. And
how many kids total around the community competed in this?
This year we had 33. So 33 kids from 11 different schools, all the middle schools. And everyone in the county all the middle schools in the county are invited to participate.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, and so many of the kids, their schools have had a competition first before they even got there. Every school has their own system for choosing, but so.
And you had an award winner from each category.
Yeah, we did a
Beautiful.
top 5 for each category, and then there's one overall winner that is like their points combined. So there's one overall 7th grade winner and one overall 8th grade winner.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, I think it's really important. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, go ahead.
That sometimes kids don't know that they're good writers, and it takes an event like this to kind of change the way that they see themselves. I personally had an experience with this where I had sent off a piece of writing to a scholastic writing competition when I was about this age, and I placed in it. And before that, I had no idea that I was a good writer, and it, like I said, completely changed the way I thought about myself and built this little flower of confidence where there hadn't been one. And to this day, it's the way I see myself. I believe that I'm a good writer. And it all started with that one competition.
That's great.
So that my hope is that not just the kids who placed, the winners, but everybody that came to this competition, because it is such a big deal, that they walk away with that little new piece of confidence too, knowing that they're good writers as well.
I am sure they will.
Yeah.
That sounds fantastic. And is this every year?
It's every year.
Every year?
Yeah.
Okay, so the next students can do it again.
Yeah.
Next year.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome. All right, don't go away. We will be right back with a very special guest.
Hi, I'm Karen Lee Sharp, and I want to just say all our lives are very busy, yet hopefully never too busy to be awake and look around on a weekly basis and notice who in the community might need a little extra love. I love the pay it forward idea. So be adventurous with strangers and venture out into the world with positive, fresh eyes to see where you can create spontaneous acts of kindness. Human kindness. Oh, God, it feels so good.
Our next guest was born and raised in a tiny cabin with a cozy loft and creaky floors. The wood stove kept them warm, and kerosene lamps and candles lit the rooms for homework, art, and reading. It was in the woods where she and her siblings played, built tree forts, forged creeks, and gathered acorns and berries to grind at the real Indian grinding rock, and where they spent numerous days at the Yuba River. Make local habit is more than a business, it's a message. Go ahead, tell us all about it.
I've been running my business for 15 years, and it's located in downtown Grass Valley. It's comprised of over 100 local artists. Everything I make, or everything I sell, is made locally.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It sounds like your childhood was amazing too.
It was.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, what kind of products is it? Art only? Is it?
It's not so much a gallery, I wouldn't say. We have body care products, clothing, art that you can hang, lots of ceramics, all kinds of jewelry.
Now, if somebody who is a local, who wanted to be in your store, they can just come in and talk to you about it?
Usually people just like they're in there shopping for something, and they're like, well, I make stuff. And so, yeah, I would just tell them to bring it in, and we would
That's fantastic.
see if it's something that we need and that we're taking.
And what inspired you to open the store?
I come from a family of artists, and I think that it's part of the struggle for artists in this world is to figure out how to sell their stuff.
Yeah.
So, my dad was an artist, and he struggled with that part. He's a phenomenal artist, but here he has all of this house full of art and what to do with it. So he kind of inspired me.
I love that you're giving a voice to the artists, where people like me who don't know how to find you can go to your store.
Yeah.
and shop.
Yeah.
Are you at any other events, or are you strictly at your store? Do you take your...
I have done craft fairs before, but it's not my favorite thing. I like to be in my shop.
Being with the people.
Yeah.
You're an artist. You want to feel it and touch it and smell it. Yes. That's fantastic. I wanted to ask you more questions. I have so many questions. So if I wanted to get an artist in your store that I knew, I just connect you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
do have a website. It's makelocalhub@grassvalley.com. You can send an email that way. Or you can just come see me. I'm at 112 West Main, right next to Pete's Pizza.
Ah, great.
Yeah.
So you can have a pizza and shop art at the
can,
same time.
yeah.
Well, it was really lovely talking to you.
Thank you.
I'm so excited to come see your store at some point.
Yeah, thank you.
Don't go away. We will be right back.
If you are dining outside at a restaurant and someone is smoking a cigarette or using an electronic smoking device, you are being exposed to secondhand smoke. But what if you're in your own home and a neighbor's smoke is drifting in? Every person should have the right to live in a smoke-free environment to protect their health and the health of their family.
I live in an apartment and my son was coughing more than usual. I realized it was because our neighbor's smoke was affecting him. I tried putting a wet towel under the door and I asked the neighbor to please not smoke inside. He smokes outside sometimes, but the smoke still comes in. I'm really worried about my son's health.
People in our community are facing this problem every day. Often the residents affected live in apartments, condos, or other multi-unit spaces. Many people are unaware that all secondhand smoke is dangerous. This includes smoke from vapes, hookahs, and cannabis too. Take action today to help protect some of our most vulnerable community members from the dangers of secondhand smoke. Let's make living smoke-free an option for all Nevada County residents. Go to smilenevadacounty.com to share your story, get involved, or to find ways to quit. The Nevada County Tobacco Prevention Program is here to help.
Sometimes love and friendship can blossom in the most unexpected places. Meet Frank and Vita. Both of their spouses passed away while on our service. They met while volunteering on the Hospice of the Foothills Board of Directors. Their journey wasn't easy, but they found comfort and support from the caring staff at Hospice of the Foothills. Today, Frank and Vita support Hospice of the Foothills through shopping and donating at our local thrift stores. By volunteering and being community ambassadors for our mission to provide compassionate end-of-life care for patients, families, and the community. Hospice of the Foothills, your community nonprofit hospice since 1979.
Hi everyone, I am Lori Reddy, Recycling Education Representative for WM. Most of you recognize WM as your garbage, recycle, and yard waste collector. But sustainability is #1 for our company as we support local cleanup events, waste diversion efforts, and are currently upgrading the county's transfer station to support the organics program. Our businesses and residents of Nevada County are diverting waste at 49% compared to only 32% nationwide. WM is here to educate local businesses and residences that something as simple as not throwing plastic bags into recycle bins and taking them back to the stores, reusing or refusing altogether, is a big step to our sustainable future. None of our residential plastics go overseas. It is 100% recycled within the United States. To keep up to date, visit nevadacounty.wm.com or on Facebook. Together, we'll make a significant impact. Let's create a greener future, one step at a time. I hope to meet you soon.
We don't know much about this next guest. She is an 8th grader at Seven Hills School, and apparently she has a knack for writing. She walked away as one of the overall winners for the highest collective score from the 3 written assignments. Please help me welcome 8th grader Amy. Hello, Amy. Thank you for coming.
Hi.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It was very surprising when they announced my name as overall winner. I was very honored to be chosen as the winner.
Now, I have a question for you. As our last guest said, that she didn't know she was a great writer until she entered the writing competition and won. Was that your same story?
Yes.
Yeah?
I believe I am a little bit better of a writer now that I had done that. I didn't think I was a great writer before, but now that I have people that are telling me I was a good writer, now I believe it a little bit more.
That's great. And you've been writing your whole life, or is this something new for you?
I've been writing since about 6th grade.
6th grade?
Yes. So only for 2 years.
For 2 years. Well, that's a good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations. How did it feel winning 3 categories?
It felt really good. Like my hard work had paid off.
Mm-hmm. How hard did you work to get into this competition?
I worked with my team as well, and I think that by reading theirs and by reading mine that I improved a lot, and then I worked pretty hard, I would say.
Good. Now, I heard you have a special treat that you brought with yourself for us.
Yes.
Yeah? Would you mind sharing that special thing that you brought with
Sure.
with you? Okay.
It's just the first paragraph from my information writing. It's about the foster care system. Stigma is a word that surrounds how most view the foster care system. Most stray away from conversation about it, and many children and parents are labeled as bad if they are in the foster care system. Most people also believe the goal or intention of the system and its social workers is to take children away from their families. However, what the general population believes is certainly untrue. There are many systems and people in place to help children and parents not be taken away, such as kinship and relation, community, and adoption and guardianship.
That was great.
Thank you.
Anything else you wanted to share about writing with some children that might be watching and thinking about doing what you did?
I would say if you really wanted to get into writing, then you should read a lot.
Yeah.
Because personally, that is what helped me, because reading all of the great works, not just like classics, but reading a lot of good books inspired me to want to write that stuff.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you so much for coming, and thank you so much for being an excellent writer, and I hope you keep writing.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Well, folks, thank you for watching this edition of Nevada County Now. If you would like to help contribute or write stories, appear on the show, or even become a host, please check out the details on our website at nevadacountymedia.org/NCN. This program is local news and information brought to you by locals. Remember to stay safe, take care of each other, and get out of there and explore all this community has to offer.